So today I'm going to talk about my transformation, how I went from what I was before to now. I feel I've made quite a bit of progress. I wouldn't say it's crazy progress in my eyes, but it's progress nonetheless. And I know fat loss is a big issue that people want to know about and how to do whatever. So I'm going to try and give you the healthiest tips possible, how to do it, how to be safe. So enjoy the video, and I hope everything's going to help and you'll get your summer body ready for the beach, holidays, wireless, all them things, all the festivals. So yeah, big ups to everyone supporting. So let's get into the video. We're going to start off super important topics. So you're not going to get the body you want if you don't follow these sort of principles anyways. The two most important things if you're going to try and get into shape and look good is your nutrition and your training program. They are two super important parts of your overall body look. So let me talk to you about the training part. So don't go into the gym thinking, oh, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to bang cardio, I'm going to go on the treadmill for 20 minutes and I'm going to lose weight. Not going to happen. Magazines are lying to you. Get abs in 6 minutes. Lies. It's not going to work. And this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to be the voice for the people. I'm trying to be real. If you don't like the truth, then leave. Because I'm really trying to be honest. You're going to have to work consistently. This is why a lot of people don't have the body they want, because they're not willing to put in effort for what they want. This is kind of how it works in the world of getting your body to look how you want it. If you provide the nutrition for it, you need to train to back up the nutrition. So the nutrition alone will not optimally get you to where you need to be. In the same aspect of, you can't out-train a bad diet. And that's such a common phrase to be heard because it's so true. You cannot out-train a bad diet. It won't work. They need to go hand in hand. That is the most important thing. From May last year, I was 183 pounds until like November, when I really started to try and work and learn on how to cut properly. So from May until November, I was around 183 pounds. That's the heaviest I've ever been. Before I even start, I don't need to hear comments about I look like I don't go gym. I know I don't look like I go gym. It's fine. It takes time. And I haven't actually bulked throughout the entire time I've been training. So I've never went through that muscle building phase. So please allow me. Allow it. I know I'm skinny, just I know. So yeah, I was 183 pounds. I can't even remember what that is in kg. So I'm going to put the kg up on the screen now. 183 pounds is this. So then you can see, because a lot of people use kg instead of pounds, I prefer pounds. So I was 183 pounds. And then right now, I currently weigh at 150. So I've kind of dropped off 30 pounds since November-ish. But I didn't really start doing it properly until January. November and December were kind of failed months. So I lost a few pounds, but it really wasn't anything beneficial to what I was actually getting to, which is where I am now. And the thing was, I was 183 pounds and it wasn't even like it was 183 pounds of muscle. My body fat was high. It was definitely like 20% and over. So right now, I think I'm like 13-14% body fat. I'm trying to get down to 10. So I'm going to continue cutting, doing my training regime, my nutrition. I do all of it myself. So let's get started with my training first. We're going to talk about my training first. Personally, I'm a big fan of the basic training. You don't have to go super advanced, especially when you're not a super advanced lifter in terms of weightlifting. So I train full body 3 times a week. I'm going to put up my training somewhere on the screen so you can see what I do per day for my full body, because it saves me a lot of time, especially I'm a university student. I can't be going into the gym 5-6 times a week because I play sports as well. So I don't have time to always go gym and whatnot. So then if I have a training program that's 5 or 6 days, I can't fulfill the program because I'm not going to gym that much, and I've got coursework and I've got revision to do. So that's not really optimal for me, but full body training is super optimal for me. The most important thing to me in terms of the gym is not always about the volume you're doing. It's about the frequency. So if you go to the gym once a week but train for 6 hours, that will not be as beneficial as 6 1-hour sessions in the gym. So if you go for 6 days and train for 1 hour, that'll be way more beneficial than 6 hours on one day. That's an important note to take down. I also tend to change my program Not often, but if I want to just have a bit of a change, I tend to go to upper lower. So I train 4 days a week. So 1 day upper, 1 day lower, 1 day upper, 1 day lower. So those are my 2 go-to training programs, and I would recommend them for everyone out there trying to get used to training as well. Don't go to the gym and bang arm day, and stick with the basics because you can't go wrong. Unless you're super advanced, but then if you're super advanced, you might not need this video because you know what you're doing. This is for all of the beginners, the university students, the this, the that. They're just trying to get sexy. You feel me? So that was my training. Nothing special, very basic. But let's get on to nutrition, because that part might be the most important part of this entire thing, because it comes down to nutrition, training, and you know what? This might be one of the most important parts, but patience and dedication. You really need to have those 2, otherwise it's not going to work. I want to get lean in 2-3 weeks. You're lying to yourself. It's not going to work. Oh, I wanna get my beach body. I want to get this in 2 weeks. No, the magazines are lying to you, and that's why those sort of things really irritate me. And all of the adverts online about, oh, take this magical fat burner pill and you're gonna get like this. Doesn't happen. I'm not gonna lie. In order for you to work out your nutrition, what you need to eat on a daily basis, you need to know sort of what your basal metabolic rate is. So sort of how many calories you burn in a day practically, because your body is constantly working on using up calories for fuel. So depending on your fitness levels and how old you are and this and that will base what that level will be. So a lot of fitter people will burn calories at a higher rate, because their metabolism is a lot better than overweight people and obese people who don't really do exercise. So their metabolism, that's sort of what your metabolism being slow is like, when your body's not really burning off those sort of calories. So that's why some people might have it easier than others, but such is life. So the calculation for this is quite complicated. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but I'm showing you my way. If you want to learn someone else's way, leave. Just leave. I'm joking in terms of like, it's gonna work. Other people's ones will work, but I'm just showing you my one. So my one, I'll put it up on the screen right now, and then I'm going to put it in the description so you can just copy and paste it because it's long. So you work that out and you'll get a certain number. My number was this, and you need to times that by an activity rate. So if you don't do that much activity, it's 1.1, or if you do a little bit more, then not much, then it's 1.2. So for example, I actually tend to do mine 1.1 because I don't like I prefer to underestimate than overestimate. So if I put like 1.4, then my calories will be a lot higher to sort of sustain how much exercise I'm doing and whatnot. And I know I don't do that much. I only go gym 3 times a week. I do go and play sports once or twice a week, but just in general, I'm not doing a lot of activity within a day. I might train, but apart from that, I'm not doing that much. I'm just working, or I don't have that much to do. Once you've got that number and then you've times it by that number, that will be your maintenance calories. And your maintenance calories are the calories you need to stay at the same weight. So if I weigh 160 and I work out that my caloric intake is a certain number to stay at maintenance, I will stay at 160. That is what maintenance is. If you go into caloric surplus, which is eating more than those calories that you just worked out, so if you add any more calories than what's on there, then you'll be in a surplus and you will gain weight. Depending on what your macronutrients are, macronutrients meaning your proteins, fats and carbs, depending on what your macronutrient percentages are, will depend on what kind of weight you will gain. And how you train will depend on what sort of weight you would gain. You train with weights and you train properly with the right nutrition, you will gain more muscle, and you will look better. If you train, if you don't really train but you just eat more, boom, you get fat. simple as. So if you're eating a lot and you don't train a lot, don't be surprised when you look in the mirror and think, Ross, what happened? I got fat. So don't do that. So your macronutrient percentages are important, and I'm going to tell you how to do those. Once you get your basal metabolic rate and times it by 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, one of those that will be your maintenance calories. Obviously it's just an estimate, but it's hard to get it perfect, but it's a good estimate nonetheless. So once you have that number, you can either add 500 or take away 500. You don't only have to do 500, but I remember reading something the other day where, I say the other day, I mean like a few months ago, in terms of if you want to lose a pound of body fat a week, you need to burn off 3,500 calories. So trying to burn off 3,500 calories in a day, it's not really going to burn off 1 pound of fat just like that. That's not how your body works. It's not how it metabolizes fat. So what you need to do is spread that out over time. So if you wanted to lose a pound of body fat per week, you would need to be in a 500 calorie deficit. So for me, my maintenance calories was, I think, 2,000. I think it was 2,050, but we're going to leave it as 2,000 just for the video. So my maintenance calories to stay at the weight I was 2,000. So if I want to lose 1 pound of body fat a week, I'd need to take away 500 calories. So my calories to lose 1 pound of body fat per week would be 1,500 calories. That's what I need to have. That's the energy I would need in order to burn a pound of fat off. And obviously if you spread that out through 7 days, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, you get 3,500. Obviously I just said 35, but you get the gist. When it comes to your macronutrient splits, in terms of if you have fats, carbs and proteins, it's important to know how to split them. The first thing to work out is your fats. For me, that's the first thing I work out. 20 to 35% of your daily caloric intake. So whatever number you managed to get from earlier, 20 to 35% of that will be from fats. How you distribute that is up to you. Do you prefer some more healthy fatty foods, or do you prefer to have a bit more carb in your diet? That's how you want to work it out. But 20 to 30, 20 is the minimal. You don't want to go under that because you need to get essential fats in your system, which is important because fat is so important to how your body runs. So that's the first thing to work out. So 20 to 35%. That will take a certain amount of calories off your actual total caloric intake. Then it comes to protein, because I do recommend weight training for everyone because it's so healthy, especially when it's done the right way. Like I said, if you want me to show videos on how I do it, I know I'm not hench, so you might think, oh Marley, you don't know what you're talking about. I do. I know I may not look the part completely, but I know what I'm talking about to a certain degree. I don't know everything, but I know a decent amount. So if you want any help in terms of exercises, I can put them on my YouTube channel if you'd like. So just let me know. But so when it comes to protein, a lot of the time you'll hear 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I don't do that. I'm slightly under that. So I think when I was 170 pounds, I was consuming about 155, my bad. I was consuming 155 grams of protein. I'll put up how I worked out my protein. I think the amount of protein I was consuming doesn't necessarily add up with this calculation, but that's because I kind of tried to take a little gamble on it, and it's worked fine for me because there's a certain range you want to consume, and I think it's in terms of actual nutrition and studies, it is 1.2 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. However, it's very common for people who do bodybuilding and whatnot to go over that too. So they might do 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. So I'd suggest doing 2 grams per kilogram. That's what I would recommend, as a minimum. You don't want to go under that, especially if you're weight training, because you need to make sure you're recovering, you're repairing, you go ready for the gym again. So once you've worked, so that's how you're going to work out protein, and we've worked out how you're going to work out fat. So with carbs, you don't have to work out because you're only left with a certain amount of calories, and whatever calories are left is what you make up of your carbs. That's how you work out your macronutrients in order to work out your actual macronutrient total. And once again, I'll write in the description how to actually do it on the website, because I don't want to say it on here because I don't want to get in trouble. I mean, I don't know if I get in trouble, but I'm not going to risk it, so I'll put it in the description. And the link to, you get me. You do that, you just follow that every day. Don't think of it as a diet, think of it as a lifestyle, because it's so important to know what you're putting in your body every day. It sounds long because you have to weigh out your foods and you have to weigh this and you have to weigh that, but that's why you have stuff like MyFitnessPal for, where you just scan the barcode and boom, the food comes up or the drink comes up. It feels long when you first start doing it, but then you just start enjoying it because you feel good the majority of the time because you know what you're consuming, you know what's going in your body, And don't trust the scale all the time. Look at the mirror. That's the best indicator of where you are. Because my weight, everyone's weight will fluctuate, but it will fluctuate for random reasons. Maybe you've had more sodium, maybe you ate your meal later than usual, maybe you had a higher type of different carb later on in the day. There's so many things that can change how you weigh. Maybe you drank more, maybe you're holding on to more water because of, there's just so many different things. So don't stress about the scale too much. It's not about what you weigh on a day-to-day basis, it's about the trend. So if you look at your weight and it goes from here to 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 here, it's not about those specific days, because one day you'll be here, up there, then you'll come back down and you'll be, why do I weigh like, what's going on? It's not about the dots, it's about the trend line that goes through. Don't forget that it's about the trend. And once people start to really recognize that point, they think, oh my days, Marley was right, it's about the trend. It's about the trend line. It's the same thing with putting on weight and losing weight. Your body doesn't just consistently lose weight. It's not just a linear progression. It'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. Patience will wait out. I had to wait 3 months to get to where I wanted to be, and that's me being consistent every day. Actually, I'm lying. I had a few bad days, especially over Christmas. So I might have been in a different place if I wasn't wasting all that time. But I wasted like a week or two in Christmas. So anyone can do it. I'm not super gifted. I'm not genetically special. I don't have a crazy physique. It's far from it. I'm just lean now. I'm just leaner than I was. So yeah, that's practically it. Realistically, it's sad that it's so simple. I wanted this to be some crazy video. It's like, oh, you do this, do that, bow, 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 bow. Couple days looking sexy. No, it's just about doing those simple things every day, in a caloric deficit every day, and you will slowly start to take the weight off. If you do it too quick, you'll lose too much muscle. So you don't want to drop stuff too quick. You want to do it slowly to keep as much muscle as possible and lose as much fat as possible. So just do it slowly, and trust me, it will work. This is my before and after picture. This is the before and after video, so you can see the sort of progression I made. Like, I made the mistakes of starting off at 1,500 calories, eating it, and I was still doing exercise. So I was probably only like, my total net calories for the day was probably only 1,000 calories. And as at my height and my weight and my build, 1,000 calories, I can't sustain that. That's super unhealthy. So I actually upped my calories to 1,850, and I started looking better at 1,850 than 1,500. I said, what the hell's going on? How does this make sense? But it's because your body needs certain fuels and certain foods. Like, it needs to be fueled. So once it's fueled and then you burn it off on the side, that's so much healthier than just dropping them. So remember, do not drop them. So right now my calories are 1,750, and I do about 300 calories worth of cardio. So I'm in my 500 calorie deficit because my maintenance calories are 2,000. So that's mainly it. However, I do have certain things that I do consume on a daily basis because I intermittent fast. So I tend to do 24. So I fast for 20 hours of the day, and I eat for a 4-hour period. So anyone at uni tends to see me. If I'm eating, I'm eating, and then I just stop eating because I fast for 20 and I eat for 4. And that has, the benefits that I've got from doing that have been crazy. It sounds horrible because I don't want to fast. I get so hungry. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, because after a couple of days, after a day or two, you get used to it. As humans, we don't actually need a scheduled regime to eat food. So waking up and eating food, then lunchtime we eating food. We don't actually need it. That's not how our body were before. So we don't actually need that now. It's not like we're gonna die from fasting. Fasting's just super healthy. I can link certain videos to actually explain the benefit of fasting in the description, because there's certain few people that I watch where I learned it from. But I definitely started seeing more fat loss when I was fasting. It's just been crazy, the sort of benefits. I feel so much better when I'm fasting than when I actually used to just eat food on a scheduled basis, and it's shown me a lot more fat loss. And on top of that, I always break my fast with apple cider vinegar. The person who fasts and the person who doesn't, more than likely you'll see better results and more fat loss than the person that does intermittent fast. But I don't want to go into depth. I know this video is boring anyways because I'm just sitting here talking, but I don't want to make it crazy boring. So that's going to be the main things of what to follow. So how I train will be in the description. I also put it earlier on in the video. What I eat, the calories I have will be in the description. I also said it earlier in the video, but I'll put it all in the description so you can see the numbers and you can just see it, because I know sometimes it's easier seeing it than hearing it. So that will be in the description so you can see it and make of it what you will. Use it for how you want to use it. I've made progress of it. You can see that from the pictures and stuff. So I just want the best for everyone else. I know this video may not have been the best sort of video, but allow me, this is the first video I've ever made. It's still new to me, so I'm trying my best. So if you have anything else that you want me to cover, then I'm more than happy to cover that, because I'm gonna end this off by answering the questions that I got asked on Instagram. If anyone else needs the help to come to me, I might even make a future video of the same sort of video to try and make it more concise, because this is my first video and I kept putting it off, so I just need to make sure it was done. Let all your friends know if they want to lose fat, come to me, DM me, or to comment on my Instagram if they have a specific case, because I'll be glad to help, or even email me. Like, my email is this, so if you want to email me, just contact me with the queries you have and I'll try and answer them and help you get to where you want to be specifically. So yeah, I'll get the Instagram questions now. So from question number 1 was, how much body fat did I lose? I think, I really don't know the specifics, because it's hard to measure accurately, but I used this thing called bioelectrical impedance. So initially I was around 22%, I think, give or take a few percent up or down, my mistake. And now I would say I'm around 14, 13-ish. So I want to continue going down to 10, and then I'm going to finish cutting and start lean bulking. Thanks for that question. And someone else asked me my best core workout. A bad habit of mine is I never actually used to train core until I started cutting. Bad mistake, don't do it. But I was watching a video, and it was sort of stating that, based on studies, one of the best, if not the best, ab exercises is hanging leg raises, where you're hanging from the bar and you're sort of just raising your legs up, sort of trying to keep them like as straight as possible, because it activates the muscle the most, so it causes the most damage and whatnot. So then it is such a good builder for your entire core, upper, lower, and not many ab exercises work on both upper and lower core really well. So hanging leg raises. And for my obliques, my best exercise is wood choppers, where you're on a cable and you're practically coming across. You're just coming across, and for me, because doing these, don't do those for your obliques, unless you're maybe like a fighter or something, because they'll make your obliques very stocky, your obliques being these muscles here on your side. So if you're constantly just doing those, where you see people doing with dumbbells and kettlebells, they won't trim your waist down, they'll actually make your waist wider. That's not a go-to, you do not want that. So wood choppers, those are really good for slimming down the waist. So those are my 2 top ab exercises. Someone else asked me, how do I not eat like crap? Let me not swear, so that's what they said. So for me, it's not that hard to not eat like crap. And the main reason is because I have a goal, and I know in order to achieve that goal, I need to eat and train a certain way. So I'm not going to train hard and eat like crap because I'm wasting my time, and I'm not going to eat perfectly and not train because I'm going to be wasting my time. So I know I've got a goal, and I'm too determined and too driven to waste time doing stuff that won't help. So that's what drives me to continue eating as well as I can and whatnot. So if people want to know what I eat in a day, I could make another video based on that and sort of foods I recommend. But yeah, that's mainly the reason. Is I know I have a goal, and I'm too driven to waste time doing stuff that won't help. I count my macros every day. I count my foods every day. I weigh my foods every day. Someone else asked me, what gym do I go to? I go to Pure Gym in Chatham, like by the dockside, because I'm in University of Kent, but I'm at the Medway campus. Deadway, but you know, such is life. It happens, you get put on dead campus. But so yeah, Pure Gym in Chatham by the Nando's. That's the gym I go to. And the last question I got what was my biggest motivation to start like my fitness journey? It's not super deep, but I'd say my main thing was I had enough of what I saw in the mirror. In terms of, I didn't like how my body looked. I'd always taken part in sports all my life, but I was never like, oh yeah, he's in shape, whatever. It didn't look, I was never like that. I'd always been a bit like, I was never chubby, but I always had like that couple of percent of fat that stopped me from having the abs and stopped me from this and that and looking good. So I looked in the mirror and I thought, nah, this ain't me. I don't want to live this life. I don't want to be looking in the mirror like, nah, I'm dead. Like, I want to be looking in the mirror like, rah, I'm sexy, you know, rah. Like, is that me? So I started getting into fitness, and it's only gone well for me so far. Because I'm not really one of those people that follow the mindset of, oh, just love yourself, like, be comfortable with you. Bun that. I'm not about that. Work every day to become a better you. Be comfortable. And, you know, bun that. I take that back as well. Don't be comfortable, because if you're comfortable, you ain't gonna make no changes. Your life needs changes because your life's not perfect. So be content, and be content with life. So don't get me wrong, I love like my personality and where I am, but I'm always trying to develop. Like right now I do love my body, but there's things about it that I don't like, but I'm just trying to develop them into something I really do like. You're never gonna be satisfied, but just be content. So always try to improve. So yeah, I guess life is about being comfortable in your own body, but don't make that an excuse to be obese and be unhealthy and whatnot. And I'm not trying to fat shame anyone, but I'm just saying being overweight and being obese is not healthy. And I'm trying to promote health. Love yourself, because you want to love yourself wherever you're at, but still. So if you are overweight, if you are obese, love yourself, because you're the only person that's going to be around you 24/7. You're the only one that truly knows you, but still want to make changes to make your life a healthier place. A healthy body equals a healthy mind. And if you don't have one of them might be not working optimally. So if you don't have a very good body, your mind might not be in the best place. And if you don't have a very great mind, your body won't function as good as it can. So work towards having both of them. And then to top it off, I'm not gonna lie, what was another motivation? Anime. I'm not gonna lie. Big up all the Dragon Ball Z people. Trunks is my guy. So I might have to say like anime and stuff like those, because anime characters are always like in such good shape. That was kind of my motivation, I won't lie. So thank you for watching. Please leave any comments you have about the video, how you felt it was, because it's my first video, so it may not be that great, it might be boring, but apart from that, please just give me some feedback. Like, please share it around, show your friends, and I'm going to leave some stuff in the description for you to read. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, thank you. I really appreciate it. I would love if everyone could share this and let it be known how I made my transformation. I'd really appreciate it. Please subscribe, please like, comment if you have anything to like ask me about. But yeah, I really do appreciate it. Shout out to all my loved ones, my friends, my family. Always spread that peace and love. Like, don't be hating on random people for no reason. Nah, none of that. Be happy, man. Be happy with your life. But just try to make changes when you can. I think that's it from me still. So, safe. I'm out.